as presented to you today? If there are no questions about the meeting minutes, I ask that we approve the meeting minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second.
It's moved and second to approve the meeting minutes as presented to you today. Is there any question? Not all those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? Any chair ayes have it. The motion carries. Item number 2, property on Mobile Road. There is a property on Mobile Road that we have had running in paper. It has to have one more week. Is it one more week, Daddy?
Yeah, we'll do it at the next council meeting.
At the next council meeting, we will move forward with that on that property, but at this time, there's no action to be taken. It just need to be on the agenda. Is there any questions about that? All right, I skipped one, I'm sorry. Vacation of streets. Council member, we had opportunity to have our public hearing on the vacation of the streets. We had 3 streets. One of them was named Peggy Circle. One of them was named Nancy Lane. The other one was named
Katie.
Peggy Circle, Katie Circle, and Nancy Lane. At our public hearing today, we had 5 people who were here, and the people who were here on the people who were here went to discuss the matter, and upon discussing with some of the property owners, they wanted to keep one of the proposed streets, and doing so, it would not affect the project proposed for the high school. So Katie Circle was a street in question that they wanted to keep, the proposed street, and so with that being said, it should not be an issue with keeping Katie Circle. So that way those property owners have access to their property. So based on that, I will give us a recommendation to take off Katie Circle from the vacated streets and do vacate Peggy Circle and Nancy Lane. Yes. What's the question? Yes, ma'am.
So they're gonna utilize this to build a baseball field. So what would happen to the field they were using now, to basically city?
Yeah. So currently the school doesn't have a baseball field, so they would have their own field. I would imagine though, talking to the coach currently, I believe he said they're still going to utilize our field and practice and all that type of stuff, and then they'll just play games on the new field. But between that, those are the 2 things that we do, and we still have it for our youth league sports. But
So basically just open it up with them to have
to
their
have,
own on their own.
right, they have games on their own stadium.
Where is Nancy Lane on this map?
Next lane on this one. Next lane is at the where is it? Behind the field house.
No, I'm saying, I don't say Nancy Lane.
At the top.
Does that say Nancy Lane?
It's kind of-
Yeah, it's just blurry. It's just blurry.
I should understand that one.
Good question. Any other questions? If no other questions, I entertain a motion to approve the vacating of 2 streets, Nancy Lane and Peggy Circle. Is there a motion on the floor to do so?
Make a motion.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to vacate Nancy Lane and Peggy Circle based on the information we got from our public hearing. Is there any other discussion? Not all those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Between the chair, the ayes have it. Motion carries. All right. Item number 3. Now on our District 4 Council, please, I need you. Yes.
I have a question. I was thinking, the reason why I didn't say anything about the first one, the second one, is because you skipped the first one, so I actually thought that you were.
Something about the first.
Yeah, but the first one, my vote is still the same on the first one. But I wanted to ask a question about the second,
Yes.
whenever you
Yes.
kind of
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Bring it on.
Yes.
So, have anybody? So what do you do if, if somebody send in?
Let's talk about it at work session. I'm just being honest,
Okay,
but we don't have the legal answer for that.
okay.
So,
All right.
all right, we on item number, any further questions about item number 2?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So everything official now on that.
On item number
Almost.
2?
Almost.
No, almost. We still have to run it in the paper. We put it in the paper, we scheduled it and sent it in to be ran at a certain time. It should have been over, but they have some logistical issues on the paper side, and they didn't put it in the right time. So in order to make sure we legal, we ran it. We told them to run it the right way. So just in case somebody is watching, we make sure we do it the right way.
So when we get to run, so that's it. When they run somewhere in Tennessee, then we come
That's
back
it.
and vote on.
That's it. Once it run, it run.
Yeah.
And then we get what we get, and we move forward from there. No, that was if the property owners do that, then that's fine. But everybody been, I drive by the most times a day, and everybody pretty much been staying out of it, so it ain't been a problem. I think I see a red car now today. Okay. That's the only car I've seen. That's the last, since we've done this. So everybody been respectful of the rules. And we just wait and see if anybody wants. All right. Item number 3, the district for a council seat. I don't have the name. Do you have one like this? That's still in my book. I know the
What?
name of the people. You said it.
I suppose so. I hadn't been in there.
They're still on there. I hadn't even. Can you look on my desk, please? Because I don't want to say anybody incorrect. And while she's waiting, we're gonna go into executive. I'm gonna ask that we go into executive session because we're gonna discuss the good nature and character of individuals. And so I want to make sure that we do them no harm on that side. So with that being said, I'm gonna ask that I'm gonna let Chief go ahead with his report on his side. And then we'll get Mr. Jones' report, and then we'll roll on into our executive session if there's no objection to that. And we'll vote on the executive session once we complete the report. Chief?
Mayor, council, audience, so forth. Adamsville Police Department, we've had several things going on in the city of Adamsville that has been successful, that we still continue to be successful in the city of Adamsville. You are seeing a lot of patrol of our officers. Again, my hat do go off to Adamsville Police Department, Fire Department, and responders for the job that they do. Haven't been in our city council in a while, but we've been still here, making sure everything is still ran as well. Tomorrow evening we'll be having our Adamsville graduation, so we'll say congratulations to all the 25 graduates this year. We'll be out in full force, making sure that the laws and the citizens of Adamsville is safe. One thing I want to iterate to the community we're still having a lot of scams, by phone, saying that law enforcement have warrant for your arrest, and, people are falling prey to that, and they're sending in money, due to their loved ones being locked up, supposedly, but their loved ones are not being locked up, so I want you all to be real, cautious and mindful of that. One thing that we're seeing, I can just go ahead and make that public as well, a lot of Glock switches. Don't understand what that is. I'm saying a lot of people are getting a lot of reports, not only reports, but we're seizing a lot of weapons on the street here in Allentown with Glock switches on them. That's a manufactured, that's illegal guns on the streets of Allentown. So we do want you all to be real careful, and watch your surroundings. I think we said it in the past, in my closing, we said it in the past, but we're seeing something, as I think Councilwoman Ball stated earlier, see something, say something, do something. It's kind of the community-wide has kind of gotten away from that, per se. Let's stay visible and diligent on that we will continue. If you see something, this is your community. If you love your community as you say you do, say something, speak up, do something. We're here, the police department. You call us, we come. Put your problem there.
Which, see, on possession of one of them switches, what the charge and how many years?
Well, I will tell you right now, if we get you, that charge is gonna go, to ATL.
Right.
It's gonna go beyond the city level.
Right.
But we're gonna do what we need to do to get that process going, to get it, if I may, that you'll be charged to the highest end of the law.
Why is it an increase?
Because you got, it's a weapon that you would have, or that I would have, that's been modified, versus shooting single shot. It's just one trigger pull, it spray the whole round at one time. And you can stay at home and modify it yourself, but it is really, if it's a 16 round burst in the clip, they can use 16 rounds in one trigger pull.
Alabama just passed a law on that too. It was a federal law, but they don't pay. Am I right?
Any other questions from the internet?
All right, and Chief. Chief John, you got anything?
This fire trucks are back out of the shop, so we're back up to 3 trucks now. We're out in Forster Rock and Road. They're on the call now.
There's a lot of people been burning y'all without getting a permit, dog fire.
Yeah, they have been burning without permits. I encourage you to get a permit.
Yeah.
We're working on it. We're promoting one.
You want to thank you for coming out. Thank you, guys. She's doing fine. They told me to tell you thank you. You need to.
I love it.
Hey, just one more thing to reiterate on. In reference to this responders call, law enforcement call, that this is just totally different, nothing negative, but on positive note. If you're certified, if you're working with first responder or law enforcement, we do thank you for your help, but if not, I'm still saying it because I'm still out there. You don't see me, but I'm still out there. Stay out of the way. Okay. It's been a problem. It's been a complaint that has came to me, and also the fire chief. People just in the way. So we appreciate all your help. Trust me, we appreciate all your help. But being in the way, that is a problem. Okay? So thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Definitely do that. Fire street, chamber. I don't think we have anything. The chamber, thank everybody. I think we hadn't met since the last meeting for the festival that they had. I think it was a good turnout. And said, we appreciate all the efforts that we did. On our Parks and Rec, we're still rolling with that. Kind of slowed down for graduation. We got a lot of things, but they got a lot of people going. But at the end of the month, there's supposed to be some activities, and then this summer we're doing some flag football stuff. She'll have it posted. So if you're interested in that, just check it out on the Parks and Rec Facebook page. Aswood Museum, Mr. Wilkins, you got anything?
No,
Okay. This week we do have our conference, so that's why we're meeting on today. So, is there anyone in the public that has things to do? I'll start with Bob.
Wanted to say, I don't know if the chief has been aware of it or not, but there's a lot of people with their EBT cards that are being stolen. The money
Gone.
is gone. And there's an app, and the reason why I know that because somebody came to my house today, so my daughter had to redo their, I guess, stamp order, new stamp card. And I don't know how this is happening, but they said that they went to a store down in Allenville in some way or another. They got the information and they left for $1 on the card. So go to the EBT website and download that on your phone, and you can lock it 30 minutes or 30 seconds after you use it. It'll automatically lock. That way, I mean, I know this, woman that's 80 and she don't have stamps for this month. So she have to wait till next month because they won't reimburse her for this month, but she have to get it next month. So just be careful with the elderly and your EBT card and where you go.
she got a chip on it. Oh, this one came up with a new one from last time.
Hold on a second.
On that EBT card, now he might be getting stolen, but you got a lot of them. They sell them and they give the people the card, and the people remember the number on the card and give it back to them. You gotta look at the whole way too.
I would say that. I would say that. And the only reason I say that is because I think the same thing Councilman Lewis was. Because there was a gentleman, there's multiple folks, I want to say 3-4 folks that called me about it. They changed the number. They changed their card number, got new card number, new PIN numbers. Then before it got issued out to them, their cards were still stolen. And I thought they were lying because I said, ain't no way that's gonna happen twice. And so I called the EBT folks in Carrollton or whatever and talked to that person's case manager. And they said, yes. I thought he was lying too. But when they looked at it and saw, it was really, they stole the money before the card was even issued. And the problem with it is now the federal government doesn't want to reimburse you because the farm bill didn't include reimbursements like it did last time. So that's why you need to call your congressional people and tell them, hey, the cost of doing business, sometimes folks stamps get stolen and the farm bill reimburse them. Now the farm bill doesn't do that. And so that's the reason why these people are losing their money and they can't get no money for the rest of the week or the rest of the month, rather. So I say that to say, like, we just have to call them folks and tell them that and help bear the burden of the folks that lost And then you be mindful, because they did say like about locking your card and turning it off, and not sharing your card with other people, because when you share it, of course, they're gonna remember your number and they'll punch it in. But bigger than that, you know, we need to make sure that and that was a common thing that they did. I didn't know EBT did that they did reimburse, but they did. So anyway, long story short, I'm sorry you brought I still did.
And this is a family member of mine, and I know that she hadn't sold stamp, you know, so, I can vouch for that. When we looked at the transaction, they were in various places, and so that same day that her stamp went on the card, they went that same day and took all the stamps off except for $1. So it wasn't.
No, I ain't saying with you.
I know, yeah, I know that.
Other people, yeah.
Right. And I'm just saying to the elderly, I mean, the young people, they know how to go in and lock cards, but the elderly, they don't know how to do that.
They take the big money.
Councilman Lewis. Yes.
I don't know.
Councilman.
Yeah, this happened, what, 3 or 4 months ago last year, same thing happened, and they got the whole Alabama. And they didn't have chips on them cars, they said. So, Alabama have failed us. But yeah, another thing I want to bring up,
Yes, sir.
you know, people calling me. I said, man, just take the ticket and you see them in court. What you gonna do? Outrun the police and jump in the airplane and leave the country? Just take the ticket. Take it.
Well,
You see, you go to court that same day, you can get your lawyer, whatever, but ain't no use. Yeah, you can't, it's the law, man. You got one policeman out, here come another. Here come the, man, y'all can tell me just
What did you say?
I just tell them to stand back, get be quiet, and take this ticket and keep going.
What did you say?
That's my statement right there. Just take that, do what the police say do, and just take the ticket. They always want to, you know, start a grand slam and everything. Just take the ticket.
and just to comment on that, since you said that, hey, the number of tickets that we enroll in Adamsville has actually gone down over the last 3 years with more staff. More staff, less tickets. I just want to put that out there because there's a narrative that's being put out there that we policing for funds. Not true. If we were dependent on funds for the police, then we would be broke, because that's not how we operate. There are different officers. It's the officer's discretion to do different things. If anybody has a complaint with an officer, they need to put it in writing and then bring it before us. And then we address it internally with them. If it's something egregious that the person needs to be publicly shamed for, then we'll do that. But there's nothing been so egregious that we need to publicly shame people for. There have been teachable moments, like there always will be, just like my job and your job and everybody else's job. I remember when I learned how to drive a trailer and I got stuck in the mud. And Warren Lavender had a different way of teaching. It wasn't, it's okay, baby, you need to do a little bit better. It was fuzz, get it right. I was nervous, but I got it. So I say that there's just different teachable moments, and you know, this gonna come with time. But long story short, if you got an issue with a police officer, put it in writing. You can either do a complaint form formally, you can write it on a sheet of paper, you come to council meeting and put it on paper. We got some on the internet we gonna talk to, but you know, everybody can't get off on all tickets. I've been pulled over by Adamsville police before. I've gotten a ticket from Adamsville police before. I paid said ticket. You know. And like I said, they're just doing their job. So like I said, if they're doing something outside of that in excess, then we will look at it. And everybody kind of have heard different ways of where we do that at and listen in on different things where we had to. But overall, if you have an issue, we're not gonna overlook it, put it in writing, and we're gonna get it, the chief, not me. The chief is gonna get with you. If you're not satisfied with that, then we'll go from there. And
That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That, you know, we run your mouth, just take the ticket. And then you have your court date. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And
Take the ticket.
and people have the right to not agree.
Right, well.
That's the goal.
Yeah, just take the ticket. That's all.
And go to court and tell them it's
Right.
wrong.
We good.
Now I need to ask, can we, does anybody, the last thing, our ambulance is here. It sounds like it's already in use right now. The ambulance is, how you doing, Coach? The ambulance is here, and it's gonna be here every Thursday until they get staffed. And they're gonna be here 12 hours a day. So they'll be here after they'll be stationed at the armory. It's already been outfitted with what they need. As far as beds have been provided. They got every third day. So like for every 3 days, they'll have somebody here every 3 days until they get it staffed. Yeah, no, not Thursday. I'm sorry, third day. So they'll until they get it staffed in. Patty, I want to shout out Patty Fuller, because she's been instrumental in getting it together. Commissioner Patty Fuller and Commissioner, our own Commissioner Jill Nolan. And like I said, once they get the staffing levels up to where they need to be, it's going to be running 12 hours a day, every day in the city of Alexandria. But this is the start, so this kind of what we're going to do. Or this is what they're proposing. Hopefully it can be 24 hours one day, but this is where we started. We didn't have nothing, and now we're trying to go. Any questions about that? That's the biggest thing that I
Any
want.
idea when that it'll be fully staffed?
Just as soon as they get the staff qualified folks to come and work again. They wanted to make it more appeasing. That's why they have lift beds that are automatic lift. They got that. That's why we had the area, the space where they're sitting down and relaxing. It's a larger area than some of the other places. They may be trying to make it comfortable, in a comfortable area. So it's just now a matter of trying to get qualified folks to do it. Now, I think our office still stands as a council if there's some folks that are interested in going to school and working for the city that was being behind it. Then you can. We tried it before. We were. I think we had one taker. It didn't pan out, but like I said, wouldn't try again.
Now they know.
So as the fund, send them to school with.
Yeah, so like the classes was 900. I think the class was $900 some dollars, like 12 some dollars. They had to pay for their own transportation to get back and forth. And I think we paid. Did we pay for books? No, we didn't pay for books.
I think Chief had some.
Chief had some books. We let them use that book. That way we didn't have to give them books, because the books is about $400 or $500 too.
So they would have to work for you work for the city for
Well, like
2 years.
I say, I mean, being that it ain't as much, I give them a year. I mean, we didn't put a clause on it.
And how are they gonna be city employees?
They wouldn't be a city employee, they'd be a county employee.
Yeah.
Because the county is the one
It's
that,
not clear.
yeah. The
Yeah.
county is the one that is gonna hire them.
Right.
We would
Fine,
think-
I'm saying what y'all just said.
Yeah, they not.
Yeah, my bad, it's not a city employee.
Okay.
They're not a city employee, they're a county employee. Because it's the commission is over them and their personnel, right?
Okay.
We just
And how
trying
would
to,
they go back?
if they just turn their name in, and then we'll put them up, and if y'all wanna send them, we'll vote them up, vote them down. Hey, they wanna save lives, we'll try. That program is 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. It's not 12. I know it's not 12, but you just gotta time the class right to go to the Alabama Fire Company. All right. If there's nothing else, Coach, do you have anything, sir? I know you had a lot of things on your plate. You couldn't make it at the beginning, but just for your information on this project, we vacated 2 of the streets, Peggy Lane, and Nancy Lane and Peggy Circle. The other street they need to be vacated because it's not affected by the project.
You ever had your spring game?
No, we just had practice.
Okay.
Wait.
I entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss good name and character of individuals and then reconvene after executive session. I imagine that I approximate the executive session will be about 30 minutes.
Make a motion.
The motion on the floor, then a second. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Doc. You got it cut off.